What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to take care of and condition your guys' leather goodies. This video is going to be more for more personal good stuff like belts, wallets, purses, things like that. I have a video up on how to take care of your tack and your saddles. I'll link that in the description below, but this is for your everyday carry goodies, stuff that you're using constantly that you're not even noticing really is drying out because you're looking at it every day or you're looking at it once a week. You don't really notice how dry your piece might be getting. One of the beautiful things about leather is that it has a life, but if you help take care of it and do your part to help prolong its life, you'll get much more out of it than something that's made out of synthetic material like nylon. That once that goes, it goes. There's no prolonging the life, at all. So that's one of the great things about leather is that it lasts a really long time if you do your part and help it last a long time. First things first, you're gonna want to change into a piece of clothing or a shirt or pants or something that you don't mind getting dirty. It's not particularly a messy thing. Shouldn't be too crazy like a science experiment or anything like that, but just to be safe than sorry, don't ruin your favorite shirt and put something on you don't mind getting a stain on. Alright, first thing you're gonna need is water. You can either go with the spray bottle, which is my preferred way of going, or you could just do a little bowl with a little bit of water. Next, you're gonna need some conditioner. I prefer using the Oakwood brand. It's a nice pasty consistency. It's not too runny. If you get too runny of a conditioner, it kind of gets soupy and it's a little bit harder to deal with. So I like using this product. I will link in the description where you can buy it and a couple other leather conditioners that I would recommend. So once you have your conditioner, you either need one of two things. You need a rag to apply the conditioner with, or a gross old toothbrush, or you can go and find them for like 10 cents. Either one works. I prefer using the toothbrush, but I'll show you both techniques. The toothbrush, in my opinion, will get down in the cracks a little bit better, and it's worth just cycling out your old toothbrush. If it's time for a new one, just go right for it. So first I'm going to show you the water technique. Real simple. Don't get it too wet, just a spritz. Go with your toothbrush and go kind of lightly. You want to get down in the cracks. You want to move fast. You don't want to really try and mix up any stain or anything you have going on with the piece. And you don't want it to absorb too much of the water. And as you can see just by that alone how ashy this other side was. Now I'm showing you guys. Really don't get too much. You really don't want to let the leather soak all this water in. If you see the difference between using a rag versus the toothbrush, there's just a little bit more that you can reach with that toothbrush down in those cracks. And it also helps that if you do use a toothbrush, you can kind of work with the cracks to help dig out some of the dirt and dust and stuff that's collected in there. I'm not soaking it, I'm like barely coating it. Towel, wipe it off. Don't let it absorb all that water. There's no need to. Another technique for like the backside of things where things aren't tooled, you can always just you always use your spray bottle and just spray down the towel. You could wipe all this dust and stuff off. The reason I'm having you guys use just water versus like a leather soap or something like that is just because most of the time you're not gonna need it on something like a belt or a purse or a wallet because it's not seeing too much dirty work. I know it sounds weird, but most of the time when you're using leather soaps and stuff, it's on like saddles and horse equipment that's just a little more heavy duty, and it gets a lot of grime and dirt and horse sweat and all kinds of stuff like that. So usually on your personal goods, just water and a proper scrub will do the job. Now you've got your piece all clean. You want to wait about 30 minutes to an hour, or at least just till it's dried before you go in with the conditioner, because you want the leather to absorb all that conditioner. You want all that water to be evaporated out of there, but it's just like washing your hair or washing your skin. You're gonna need a conditioner after it. So as you can see, it's lightened back up quite a bit. Now it's down to its raw form, clean, ready to go. So you got your conditioner. I'm gonna show you both methods of using the toothbrush and using the rag. Like I said, toothbrush is my favorite method just because it helps get down in these cracks and deep down into the tooling. So I'm gonna take yourself a little scoop, and you can see how I'm gonna apply it across this whole thing. Kind of, you want to spread it around. The first little bit, when you grab it, it's gonna absorb into either the brush or the rag. So the first one might not kind of spread a lot of conditioner. So you can see this second dip back into that conditioner really did the trick. Then you're gonna just go in your little circles. And the reason why I like the toothbrush is you can see, like, watch as I go into these cracks in here, that you can really get down in there. And there you go. That is how dry this belt was. So here we go. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it with the rag. Like I said, if you can't give up a toothbrush or can't go to the store and buy a quick brush, this is better than not doing it. Let's just put it that way. Like I said, I definitely recommend getting the brush, but you just take your rag and kind of condition it in there. I'm gonna try and get all the cracks and the nooks and crannies and stuff. And if you notice, it'll actually kind of get stuck in some of these cracks and these cuts and stuff. So you want to try and rub on it so all that residue gets out. Do not forget about the back side. Now here's where the towel actually comes in more handy than the brush, is on flat surfaces, because the towel is kind of flat versus the brushes. The towel actually helps spread this conditioner along a lot easier than using a brush. If you want to be a pro, you can even go and do the edges. A lot of people kind of enjoy this. Once they start, they can't stop until it's like all the way done. So if you want to get extra conditioning points, you could always give your edges a little rub, and ta-da, your piece should be nice and conditioned, nice and shiny, and ready for another couple thousand miles. Now if your piece doesn't have so much tooling, keep on watching and I'll show you a quick little tutorial of how to do something without any tooling on it. Alright, so now we have a bag where it's not really dirty because of it just being used and brushed up again, so it doesn't have any dust or anything. The only spots that are a little questionable are down here in the cracks. So if the dust is bad, you can go with a kind of a damp towel and go through the cracks like this and get all the dust out. When you're ready to condition it, make sure you get a really tiny bit. It's barely coated at all. And I'll try and show you the difference. I'll start here. You just kind of can see this color and this orange really kind of pop compared to this side. This leather is actually nice and kind of oily, so you don't see there's such a drastic difference like we did with the belt, but as you can see, this side of the bag looks rejuvenated. You can see how much healthier and nice and conditioned that side is. This side is still pretty nice, but you really see those deep colors. You can see how dark it gets and then how shiny it all is. You get the full spectrum of color. When it's dry, you lose a little bit of that. I hope that helped you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me on my social networks, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. I will have all that stuff linked down in the description if you want the same products that I use. If you also are looking to take care of saddles and tack and stuff like that, be sure to check out my other video. I'll have that link down in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it.